Here we have a new 2023 Nissan Rogue Platinum. And this one comes with front wheel drive in the beautiful champagne silver metallic on charcoal perforated leather interior. And our powertrain here consists of a 1.5 liter VC turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. Made it to an Xtronic CVT. And that gets us 201 horsepower, 225 pound-feet of torque. There's that signature front end there, LED daytime running lights along with LED headlamps. Really just love the front end there. It's got that kind of Pathfinder feel. Got the brushed aluminum with the mirror finish. Front parking sensors there. Yeah, I just love the grille. Really good look. As we come down here to the wheels, these are going to be 19-inch brushed aluminum. We get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. And then to the door panel here, I really like how they put that kind of brown accent to go with the rest of the black here. And the black feels really nice. And we have plastic, but memory seat functions here. Power windows, and the driver's side is going to be 1 touch up and down. And power mirror controls, power door lock controls there. And I even like this kind of faux wood grain finish here. It looks really, really sleek. Pretty good sized cup holder there. And then we have the controls for our steering assist, the heads up display information, and power lift gate. And there we have our power driver's seat with power lumbar support. I like that they put the rear sunshades back here. It's a pleasant surprise. Let's hop in the back seat here. So pretty good leg room. I'm 6'3", have the seat in front of me adjusted for someone of my size, and it's actually pretty comfortable in terms of my seating position there. So I'm impressed that I can sit back here with little issue. My knees are just barely touching the seat, and in that middle part I can actually push in there if I need to. And then down here we have our rear AC vents, and we actually have rear AC controls as well. But just for the auto mode, we can control how hot or cold we want it back here. Then we have a USB-C, USB-A charging port. Zoom in there a little bit. Then we have 3-stage heated outboard seats, which is always nice. And there's a view of the front seat from back here. And then we have grab handles on the front. And it's interesting that they're kind of further back here in the back. And then I like that we have the hangers here as well, so we can hang a shirt or two. And I like that we have storage pockets behind both seats. In our middle seat, fold that down, we have cup holders there. And the leather just feels really, really nice. Now let's see if I can recline this seat back more. So that's as far back as it goes. And then you can have it a little further up. So probably about an inch or two of adjustability for the back. So there's our back end there. And that's grown on me over the last year or two. But definitely an improvement over the previous Rogue regardless. So I like having these levers where we can pull the rear seat. So by doing that, then you have all that extra room. Then like I said, you can always just use this too. There's our spare tire there. But of course, very impressive storage in this Rogue. And then I want to give a huge shout out to John Roberts Nissan for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below to it. as well as their full inventory in the description. And then here we have our power front passenger seat. Now let's check out this window sticker here. So you get quite a few standard features specifically on the Rogue Platinum. That is quite a steep price in my opinion. But I mean, for $13,000 more you can get a Pathfinder Platinum. And I think that is just a remarkable vehicle. You don't have to deal with the CVT. More power, more space. But still, I do feel the Rogue is just a bit more fun to drive with that VC turbo. Let's check out the engine bay here. And there's that 1.5 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder. But now let's hop in the driver's seat. So it's nice to have a heated leather wrapped steering wheel, especially on days like today where it's freezing. But over here to the radio, we do get navigation there, and we can set up points of interest, add a home, all that. Pretty easy to use. And there are the settings there, and then you have all these navigation settings as well. Very customizable. And then for the radio, we get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth audio. And then we also have wireless Apple CarPlay, wired Android Auto. Of course, you can set up your XM when it's linked up. So let's say you want to add Amazon. Or whatever stock. You can kind of keep track of it while you're driving. I don't even know if that's Amazon's ticker symbol. Was trying to type it in. But you get Alexa as well. And then here we have our backup camera with guidelines that guide you as you turn the steering wheel to show you which direction you're headed. You can adjust your brightness here. I like having that quick shortcut you get on most Nissans. And then volume here. And down below, I like that the vents are really hidden, but you can adjust those in your hazards here. This part of the actual dash I think is very impressive because it looks really sleek and it's kind of out of the way and nothing's really popping out at you. It just kind of flows, I guess. But here we have our dual zone automatic climate controls. Of course, we can adjust that. We can sync, not sync, set the auto mode on. And we have 3-stage heated seats for the driver and front passenger. Really would hope that for this price point in a smaller vehicle that I would get cooled seats, but I do like that we have the heated steering wheel. And I like that it's easy to adjust the rear from here. But fan speed and then what direction you want the air to come from, whether it's at your face, feet, windshield. And I like having an on and off button so you can just cut the whole thing off. But down here we have a USB-C charge port, USB-A charge port, 12 volt there, big wireless charging pad here. And to the shifter, push this button here, pull down for drive, tap for manual, and then you can just hold up for neutral, and then take this button and pull all the way up for reverse. Press P for park. Our electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, and then you just hit the brake, press down and disengage. And then you can toggle your automatic brake holds when you come to a complete stop. You can let your foot off the brake until the light changes or whatever. And then drive modes, we have 3 of those: Eco, Standard, Sport. I like that it's a quick flip of a switch here. I'm gonna open the power sunroof while we're looking at the center console cubby space here. Which I like how they did that. For it to be a smaller storage, it's utilized pretty well. You have a little pocket here and then a bigger one. Then over here, there's that power panoramic roof, which you can one-touch slide there. And I like that it actually goes pretty far back. And there's a view of the back seat from up here. Now over here, before we get to the glove compartment, I love that they put this little kind of wood grain accent here. And then we have our glove compartment there. It's a decent size. Then we do get the Bose sound system as well, and there are the tweeters up there. But to the steering wheel, we can control our all-digital gauge cluster using these arrows here and the scroll bar here, and we can actually press it for OK. And then we have our volume controls here, track list or radio station presets here, and then we can pull up a shortcut menu using this button here. But to the right side of the steering wheel, we have our Nissan safety shield, which we can toggle all of that on at once. And then for our intelligent cruise control, we can toggle that gap there. Voice recognition controls here, then cruise controls here, and paddle shifters to shift the revs of the CVT behind the steering wheel. And then we have our headlamp controls here, blinkers there, and then our windshield wiper controls here, so we can one time here, and then intermittent, low, high, and we can control the intermittent using this here, and then we can do fluid for the front by pulling up here, and then for the rear by pulling back there, and then we can actually adjust whether it's on or off here. You can toggle those auto high beams here. Love that gauge cluster, by the way. Just a really good picture. It looks really sporty. And then there's our heads-up display there. And there we get our push button start. And finally, here's our key fob with remote start. But before I can give my final overall assessment on the Rogue, we're going to go ahead and take it for a quick test drive.